Beautiful. And you've probably noticed, well, first of all, good morning on this beautiful Friday morning. You've noticed the videos that I put up on YouTube, if they're not filmed, if they're just sort of taken from the Zoom, that's what we do. So I cut the beginning and the end off, and then we'll put it on. So you have lots to practice with, lots of resources for when you can't come to class time, and for when we come back to class and you just want to do something at home, keep your home practice. So hands in prayer in front of the heart, and just acknowledge that it took your effort, your commitment to arrive here behind the screen or in front of the screen, on your mats, in your designated area at home, to do a formal practice. And I'd just like to take that opportunity to thank you for showing up for yourself and to show up for the group and to show up for me. I show up for you when you show up for yourself and for me. And so we have a group practice, and this is so different to studio practice, but also different to anything that's filmed that you just do at your leisure. So it's beautiful how we come together as a group and we hold each other and we show up for each other. Perhaps you would like to set an intention for this morning's practice. And then we exhale together. Take a big inhale. And just taking a moment and letting that Om resonate. Let yourself sit with that experience of the Om. And just feeling into your intention. It directs the energy, it gives the practice and the day ahead, the weekend ahead focus. Ritual, some structure, something that we have been allowed to, find ourselves afresh again in these unusual times we find ourselves in. Human nature embraces ritual, structure. Beautiful. So last night's group intention was abundance. And as I'm feeling into the group this morning, I'm feeling into softness, softening. It's not an unusual concept for us. I'd just like us to slowly open our eyes, slowly releasing the hands. And if you sit cross-legged, change the cross. If you sit a different way, just change your seated position. And we're just going to go into our Gomukhasana arms flow. So inhale the arms wide, and then exhale, one elbow bends down and one elbow bends up. Beautiful. And then inhale, open out to the side again with your breath, and then exhale, switching up. Good. Now just feel into how this feels for you this morning. How does this register in your upper back, in your shoulders, in your lower back? Because to be able to sit cross-legged and to sit upright, we need to switch on from the belly. Yeah, so keep it moving. Beautiful. Nice. And then finding that softness in the movement. And perhaps when the mind goes, oh yeah, I don't have to go a little further and I don't have to express it to the strongest of my ability, then the body can relax. So let's come into feeling here. Let's bring the arms out. Let's bring the palms up. Inhale here. Exhale up. Turning the palms upwards and reaching up. Inhale, so we're scrunching the shoulders above the ears, around the ears, what we don't normally want. We don't want to stay here permanently. And then exhale, dropping the shoulders. So sideways, inhale, lifting. And then exhale, drop them down. Good. And if the shoulders are tender, then you don't have to interlace. You can just do this with the arms wide. If overhead movement and monitor yourself is too much, you bring the arms further down. 3 more. Inhale, lifting. Notice how the breath lengthens. Exhale, dropping down. Beautiful. And then releasing again. Change your seated position up again. Either change the cross or come into kneeling. And then we interlace the fingers the other way. Inhale, reaching. And we just come into a side bend. Yeah. So we don't need to actually leave our sit bones. It's just a side bend. One side scrunches up and the other one opens. Inhale, lifting. And exhale over to the other side. Good. Now we keep moving. But each time you go to the side, you want your shoulder blades to drop down the back. And this may mean that you bend your elbows a little. So you're not just coming to this side, you drop them down. Yeah, here we go. Beautiful. A few more rounds on your own. Not your full expression, just warming up and softening. Release. You know, sometimes in that home practice, we're less competitive with ourselves. Beautiful. And then inhale, coming up. And exhale, releasing. Brilliant. Let's come into a tabletop position. That's it. And we simply start with cat and cow. A traditional cat and cow. Start when you're ready, rounding the spine. Inhale, looking up. However, start either with the cervical spine, so with the head leading the movement, or start with the tailbone leading the movement. And maybe by now, because we do this fairly regularly, you may have a preference. You may go, if I start with my head, it's easier. I don't know what I prefer. I think I prefer starting. No, this morning, starting with the tailbone would come easier to me. Good. And because you have to keep going, because you have to focus on, oh, I really need to focus because there is a task at hand. Maybe slows down the movement. That's it. Nice, Linda. Both Lindas. Good to have the Lindas back. Good. And then releasing. Brilliant. Now let's tuck the toes under. Let's hover into our hovering tabletop position. Just making this a little familiar. Yeah. Having Linda back, maybe hasn't practiced for a while. And if that's you too, and you go, oh, I feel like I haven't, even though I have practiced, maybe I feel a bit heavy this morning, then just something we know. And you know that you can bring your knees down. However, if you can hover. Yeah. How is the connection to your bandhas? Mula bandha, Uddiyana bandha, tucking the tailbone under, lifting from the lower belly, deliberately holding you there longer, and you decide how long you want to stay. Coming into Ujjayi breath, inhale here, exhale back downward facing dog. Hands walk back to the feet. Just because they can, and then the hands walk forward into downward facing dog. Nice. And then we take the feet wide as your mat. And then I'd like you to bend your knees or keep the legs straight and walk as far forward as you can, but keeping the hands on the floor. And you know this from class, and then we go back. That's it. And you can make this as expressive as you like. You can wiggle your hips deliberately, or you can keep them stiller, but the hands stay on the floor and the legs stay as wide as the mat. Beautiful. Few more times. Knees can be bent, legs can be straight. All the way back, maybe even a longer downward facing dog. Twice more forward. Let me see. Let your head hang. Yeah, just feeling into this. And maybe the softness comes from the brain first, from the thinking, from the logic. Let the logic go. Feel fully into your body. Beautiful. Good. And then we do the same. We stay in our downward facing dog with our legs wide. And then we do the same with the hands. As wide as the mat. How far back can you come? Yeah, hands can stay on the floor. You just come onto fingertips. That's optional here. And then forwards again. Is it better for you? Does it feel better if you keep your knees bent the whole time? Or can you straighten the legs? Can you do both? Would you choose both? And I'd like it to Ujjayi breath. Just because I'm talking the whole time, you stay in your Ujjayi breath. So feet wider than your traditional downward facing dog, looking good. Yeah, and you can do this as fast or as slow as you like. Nice, beautiful, beautiful. Take your time. And then come back into your traditional downward facing dog. And then from here, we come back into our traditional tabletop position. And we inhale, we lengthen the spine. So when you're ready, and we exhale, we lift the left knee up to the ceiling and we lift the chest. So basically it's a cow position with our knee lifted. So this is your back bend. Draw the shoulders out. Inhale here, exhale, knee towards the forehead. And then we're just rounding and moving in that movement. So again, a cat and cow with that one knee lifted. Beautiful. And when you round in, I really want you to feel that elongation, that stretch-like sensation at your back. And when you lift up, can you feel that same sensation on your belly? So the belly needs to open. Firing up that digestive fire here. Beautiful. Connected to your Ujjayi breath rhythm. That's it, that's it. Good, Linda. Lifting that knee, the chest open, so it's a full back bend. And then a full exhalation, rounding. One more time, one full circle on this side. Beautiful. Good, lift the head a little if you can. Beautiful, and releasing. Have a little wiggle, and we come into the other side. So Linda Cummins, I have you on screen. Can you give me a thumbs up for your lower back? Is it all right? No, she's not. All right. Other side, let's see. So this position has impacted your lower back. You felt it. Yeah, okay, here we go. So in that case, of course, and Linda has done that already. So move into your, that's probably why she didn't lift the head as much. That's probably why the knee sort of stopped where it stopped. Let's keep moving, ladies. Beautiful, good, good. But if you can, drawing the belly in, drawing the knee into the chest even more. So let your core strength happen. Let that fire in the belly happen. Beautiful. Yeah, I just needed to dissect the left and right for the lower back to just see where Linda's at, and where everyone's at. Two more. Nice. And if you feel it's not at all appropriate, you could come back and do that evenly, cat and cow with both knees on the floor. But we are going to come into downward facing dog. Brilliant, ladies. Downward facing dog. So let's go through the pointers in down dog. The heels a smidgen wider than the toes. Head is hanging. We're looking towards the toes. We're looking towards the knees. We roll our upper arms outwards, or in other words, we bring the triceps, the backs of the arms, towards each other. And we really plant the palm of the hand into the floor and even corkscrew the hands outwards a little as if we want to open a jar. And this is already a long hold. The belly is lifted. There's an inner smile, outer smile. Beautiful. Let's walk the feet forwards to the hands. Find your front edge of the mat and then slowly come to curling up. Nice and slow. Nice, slow inhalation to curl up. Good. And once we're there, we tuck the chin under and slowly tucking the chin under and curling down again. And just feeling, exploring, finding that sense of softness. All the way. How far is all the way? Do you need to bend your knees? And then slowly coming up one more time. Feel your weight leaning into your heels as you do that. Feel yourself curling up from your belly. Beautiful. Good. And then we just stay standing and you decide which is your front edge of your mat when you're ready. And we'll just do a few sun salutations here. But we're going into a side bend first. So can we have reverse prayer hands? Can we have reverse namaste? Yeah. So I don't mind if I don't see you, but if you need to have me guide you verbally, it's really useful if I see your full mat. So prayer hands or holding elbows. And we're going into a side bend in this standing position. Dropping the shoulders, coming over to one side. Good, 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 Linda. Monitor. Inhale back to center. And then exhale over to the other side. Good. Each side one more time. Inhale center, exhale. Good. And then we stay on that first side for a bit. I want you to tuck your tailbone under, thighs engaged. Good. Shoulders dropping away from the ears, prayer hands are there. You can let the head go towards your left shoulder, or towards that shoulder you're leaning towards. And feel that whole side body stretch. You may feel this in your neck. Hopefully Linda is safe here in your lower back. And then inhale, coming back up. Exhale over to the other side. If you have crossed your elbows, then uncross and change the cross. Yeah, from here to here. Beautiful. Let me see. Good, good. Stay on that side. Monitor yourself. Notice whether you're leaning back. I can see some of you leaning back a little, or you lean forward. We want to full lateral bend our spine. Where is your head most comfortable? Where is the breath soft? And then inhale to come up and exhale to release. Brilliant. So now a few sun salutations. All right, I'll make this the start, the beginning. Beautiful. So coming into Tadasana, thighs, tailbone tucked under, belly is lifted, collarbones broad, shoulders down the back, and there's energy in your fingertips. Chin slightly tucked under. Very nice. Ujjayi breath. Inhalation lifts the energy up from the front. Exhalation brings the energy down and broadens the back. Beautiful. Find that. Find that, and feel that energy. Feel the breath moving. Beautiful. Finding that softness. And then inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, Surya Namaskara, a out variation. Exhale, coming forward, reaching forward. Very long. Halfway lift, inhale, looking up. Hands can be on the shins. Exhale, the right leg, then the left leg steps back into down dog. Inhale into your higher plank, and for our first chaturanga, bring your knees down, look over that cliff, elbows back towards the ribs. Beautiful. Inhale into your cobra and exhale into your downward facing dog. Marvelous positions. You may want to step your feet in. Absolutely fine. You may want to still walk your dog. You may want to even exhale through your mouth. Yeah, so letting go of everything that we don't need to carry into the weekend with each exhalation. Finding that internal stillness by having the drishti, the gazing point, to your knees or to your ankles or to your toes. Lifting from the belly, upper body leaning against the lower body. They're a team, they support each other like we do here in our group class. Last exhale, inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, step, walk or jump. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold all the way forward, and then strong in the legs. The knees can be bent. So Linda, bend your knees with that lower back ache. And exhale, releasing. Brilliant. Now, can we have a little bit more softness in our movement, a bit more flow, and less pushing? Yeah, let the breath be soft, let the attitude be soft. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale. Exhale, comes forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Softness. Exhale, back down dog. Inhale, high plank in a slow, soft chaturanga. It's solid, but it's not hardened. Open up. This can be cobra or your up dog. Exhale into your downward facing dog for one. Inner smile, outer smile. I'm just going to have a look at you. I'd like you to stay. Good. Nice, Kath. Upper arms rolling outwards, making space for your shoulders. Nice, Linda. Beautiful. Good. Good, Helly. Good, Sabrina. Last exhale here. Inhale onto tippy toes. Look where you would like to land and land lightly. Halfway lift, maybe hands onto the shins. Exhale, fold a little further, but draw your belly in. Strong legs come all the way up. Inhale, reaching. And exhale at the top. Beautiful. Let's come into a side bend again. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. And then the left hand holds the right wrist. We've done this before. Lift and lengthen. Inhale, exhale, pull over to the left. So it's like you want to make that beautiful rainbow shape on your right side. And the left side shortens. But notice where the shoulder blades sit. Can you still come back into softness with the breath? That's it. Softening the attitude, This doesn't mean we let go of our bandhas. Our drishti can be to your upper thumb, or you've closed down your eyes, look to your third eye, and then inhale coming up, brilliant. Exhale, change the grip, right hand holds the left wrist, lifting up. Yeah, so your thighs engaged, you feel the energy lifting, and then we're going to the side. Beautiful. Good. So this is not supposed to register in your lower back. If you just come up a little, make sure you've got that tailbone tucked under, so you've got that Tadasana, lengthen your hip flexors. You're lifting from your belly. Beautiful. And then inhale coming up and exhale to release. Beautiful, ladies. Let's go flowing again into Urdhva, into Surya Namaskara A. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen the spine on your inhale. Halfway lift, exhale, downward facing dog. High plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Open up into your back bend, inhale. Belly strong, exhale, downward facing dog. We look between the hands. We come into three-legged dog with our right leg lifted, inhale. And then exhale, stepping between the hands into a warrior one position, inhale. Yes, sometimes we step back into warrior one, sometimes we step forward. Beautiful. So the right leg is forward, the left leg is back, and this is our warrior one. And then we interlace the hands behind the back, like this, and we bring the elbows forward. I think we've done that on Wednesday night. Helly might recognize that. Elbows in, yeah, as if you want to squish your head. I'll show you front on. And then you lift your elbows up to the ceiling and you push just gently the head into the hands, hands into the head. And I like us to feel this in our shoulder blades, but it feels freeing. Remember the softening idea? Beautiful. Just a few more breaths. We're stable in our warrior one. We just feel the front opening, shoulder blades moving in towards the spine. And then inhale, look forward. Release the hands. Exhale, frame your foot. Step back. Gently, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale into high plank. And if you're not well enough to do chaturanga and your back bend, then stay in high plank or come back into down dog. Inhale here from your high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to open, good Debra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Valid to come into this position here, into tabletop. If you don't want to stay still, you could still do a few rounds of cat and cow. Beautiful expressions. If you've rested, come back, downward facing dog. Nice. We're going to do this. We're not coming forward and out. We're going to do the warrior one on the left. Inhale, left heel lifts. Find softness in this slow practice this morning. Exhale, stepping forward, coming up, warrior one. Now, more experienced students, I really like you to challenge yourself, if it's appropriate for you, to lunge so far and widen your stance so you've got your thigh, your front thigh parallel. Yeah, everyone, hips face forward, chest face forward. Change the way of the interlace. Hands behind the head, and then the elbows come forward. That's it, that's it. So Sabrina and Deborah, you know, with the shoulders, you just do what feels good. And then Lily as well. And you push the head into the hands, elbows up, dropping the shoulders. Feel the opening at the front. Feel that compression sensation in your thoracic spine, in your shoulder blades. Beautiful. Good, Helly. Nice. And then inhale, coming up. Gently framing the foot. Lightly stepping back, downward facing dog. We will do the same again. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Stay if you need to. Beautiful. Open up, back bending. Inhale. Lovely. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. If it's not to your liking this morning, come out, rest in child's pose. Rest in tabletop position. I'm switching screens. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. For 3, for 2, last exhale here. Inhale, tippy toes. Good. Exhale, jumping forward or walking. Good. Halfway lift, inhale. Good. Exhale, fold a little deeper, draw in from the belly. Good. Strong legs come all the way up. Inhale. Nice. That's it. That's it. Yeah, bending the knees is a good idea. And then exhale, Samastiti. Let's bring our hands in prayer position, closing down the eyes. Can you afford to just come into your Ujjayi breath? And that breath that sounds like the ocean. That's it. Giving all this other energies that you encounter that are in your environment now, because you're not in the studio, give them a smile. Give them the validation, the recognition they deserve. It could be pets, children, you know, a different surface, a different sound, smell. Be looking back at those times and go, oh, those were the times. Very well done, ladies. We'll flow again. We'll do a chair pose. We'll do a salutation B in our method. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, folding through. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, only the right leg steps back into a warrior two. Oh, we needed to listen here, didn't we? So the left leg is forward, the right leg is back, warrior two. Beautiful. So warrior two, different to warrior one. We open the chest, the groin opens to the side, and then the knee doesn't veer in. Beautiful. Look over your front fingertips. Linda, see, maybe you could widen your stand a little. Yeah, good, beautiful. Nice. And then we come into reverse namaste if it's appropriate. Otherwise, hold your elbows. So that's a tricky one because we want to still open to the side, but we've got no fingertips to look over. So turn your head to look over your left shoulder because the left leg is the front leg, isn't it? For most of us? Yeah, Renate as well. Good. And then what? Dropping the shoulders. So just for a few rounds, I'm really after that neck stretch as well because the lower back and the neck and the skull are related. So yeah. And how beautiful is a long hold. Solid strength. Now soften into the shape. Find softness. Are you still centered? Are you still tucking your tailbone under, lifting from your belly? Beautiful. And then inhale, open up, warrior two again. Exhale, come forward, pivot on the ball of the back foot so you can frame your foot, step back down dog. Very nice. Inhale into high plank. Chaturanga can be on the knees. Look over that cliff. Lift the heart. Good, Kath. Inhale to open. And exhale to downward facing dog. Let me see. Beautiful. 5 breaths here. You've got the option to really find stillness here. Feeling into coming home. Build your foundation. So in the yoga practice, that which touches the floor, so our feet here, our hands, they're really ground down. It's like you release down into the earth that which you want to release, but you receive the energy back up. And everything else lifts up, buttocks to the ceiling. Last exhale here, tippy toes, inhale. Exhale, coming forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, and we come up via a chair pose. Inhale, and we just stay in chair pose a little. Yeah, if it's not appropriate, if your shoulders are going, oh, I wish I could release my arms, then do that. Yeah, good, nice, Linda. Tailbone tucked under. So stretching out that area that seams out. And then we fold through. Inhale here, exhale, coming forward. Halfway lift, inhale. The left leg into a warrior two. Remember? Whoops, we're doing the warriors. Nice. Kath, I think you can also lengthen the stand a little. Good. Monitor without looking. Are the arms shoulder height? Are you really opening that whole hip and groin area and the chest to the side, the gaze over the fingertips, dropping the shoulders? And when this is solid and you're centered, your center line is solid, then we can find the softness. And then we find reverse namaste, or you just fold the elbows the other way. Good. We're staying facing sideways and we rotate the head to look over that right shoulder, which is our front shoulder. Beautiful. outer edge of that back foot. Engage it, give it some attention. Aiming to not let that knee veer in, that front knee. Beautiful, that's it. Where is your Ujjayi breath? Just 3 more exhalations. Be solid in the legs and find the softness in your practice. Good. Cast torso sideways, warrior 2. Yeah. Beautiful. Inhale. Open out into that warrior 2. We could stay here for 100 more breaths, but we won't. We pivot forward, frame the foot, step back, down dog. Nice. High plank, inhale. Chaturanga in your timing. Maybe the knees can come down. Beautiful. Open up into your back bend as it's appropriate. Downward facing dog again. 5 breaths. Ladies, that's awesome practice. Yeah. Be kind to yourself always. If you need to rest, take rest. Upper arms rolling outwards. Good. Oh, there is Marie and Lisa. Good day. Nice. Last exhale. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, step, walk or jump. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Don't cut yourself short. And the chair pose to come up. And the chair pose with the hands to the side. So we really work on this here this morning. We always do. Tucking the tailbone under, drawing in from your belly. If it irritates you, though, that you're in chair pose and the arms are just dangling, then bring the arms up. But I know we have a few yoginis with a few challenges in the shoulders. So if that's a little too strong, bring the hands down. Can we feel our quadriceps coming to life? Can we feel that inner fire happening? Yeah, it's a long chair pose. Like, really? And then bringing the arms up, inhale, exhale, folding forward. Nearly there. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, back down dog. And we stay in this downward facing dog and we come into 3-legged dog on the right. Inhale, lift the right heel up. Beautiful. So stay there for a moment. It's still a downward facing dog setup. So that left heel aims to come to the floor. The upper arm still roll outwards. That toe, or that section or selection of 5 toes of that right foot point downwards. And then inhale here, exhale, bring that knee forward into a high plank. High plank, knee to the chest, like this. Beautiful. Inhale here, exhale, 3-legged dog from your belly. Nice, Linda. Just a little bit of core strength here. And we do that one more time. Pivot forward. So the knee comes into the chest, the way we started class. Yep. And then one last 3-legged dog. And then we come into pigeon. Inhale here, exhale, right knee comes behind the right wrist. And then left leg, all being well, slides back. Yeah. If the knee joint is challenged, this will be your option. You can bring that back knee bent and then we go forward. So let's do this together though. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Linda, be mindful here, coming into this back bend. And then with a puffed up chest, we don't do anything fancy. Let's come forward, maybe on your forearms. Oh, feeling into it. Maybe all the way forward and the forehead comes to the floor. Good. Let me just go through who is here. I think you'll find you'll all be fine. If ever you need a variation, just maybe lift your head. You could come into the lying down pigeon position. Yeah, for this opening. And so hopefully we'll get a little bit of, it's good for all of us, but a little bit of release for Linda's lower back complaint. Nice. Let me see where she is. Good. Beautiful. Good. Good. Now what to do here? The mind stays present to the breath. Whole yoga practice, as I said in a few classes lately, that's whole sense of the mind turning inwards, becoming the observer. So we can simply be with what is. Soften into where you feel the sensation the most. And we have started on the right because The left is the tender side for Linda. So feeling into that back leg, hip flexor. So your left leg, or the leg that's straight back behind you. What's the sensation at the front of the hip? Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. Just giving us an opportunity in that longer hold position to observe our tendencies. What happens if we get a posture, meaning a stimulus that's not to our liking? We're very welcome to express how we feel about it. And then that sense of momentarily accepting, softening into the situation. If logic off the mat needs to be involved, then we understand, we aim to understand. Understand your tendencies here. Yes, I know it's a long hold. It's useful to have a longer hold. 3 more soft, soothing breaths. Where does this register in your physical body? Find the softness. Let go of the expectations and just allow the experience that you're having in this moment-to-moment idea to be what it is. We've done pigeon twice in a night class this week. And then slowly making sure you switch on from your center. So the belly, the navel, pelvic floor, switch it on. And then slowly lifting the head, maybe slowly coming back onto the palms of the hands. And we just sink perhaps a little more into that back bend. So the hips sink down a little. It's not a big movement. It's not much to demonstrate. So if you're up here, maybe sinking, monitoring what goes on. Give me a switch on, a little switch on of that left leg buttock so that hip flexor on the left can release. Beautiful. And then with more oomph in our core, inhale, we look up, exhale, we tuck the toes and we push back into downward facing dog. Marvelous. Just walking the dog out. This beautiful release. Be fully present to that. That's brilliant. The release is worth the whole pose, isn't it? A 3-legged dog now, once you've recovered with the left. Inhale here, exhale. Can you, and this is quite a beautiful sensation and tension, stretch-like sensation of the whole back of the right leg. So bring the right heel to the floor. Make sure those toes are pointing downwards of your left leg. I know it's a long hold. Inhale here, exhale, slowly coming forward, knee to the chest, remember? We did a high plank, we want to build that strength, that core. Inhale here, exhale, 3-legged. Doing well, nice Renate. Inhale, coming forward. Beautiful, beautiful, that's it, good calf. Drawing the knee into the chest, beautiful. And then one last time, a 3-legged dog. Yeah, the juice is in the slowness, isn't it? And then inhale, coming forward, setting up for your pigeon. I'll show you this way. Good. So if you are, and I know some of you are fairly flexible, you could have this parallel. That's not my strength, hip flexibility, not at all. No flexibility is my strength. Lift and lengthen. Oh. So Linda, easy does it? Yeah. Yeah, and when you feel the posture comes to life, when you feel the spine at the front lengthens and then the back drops, when you have that puffed up chest, when you have that pigeon expression, then you can come forward. If you're already there, stay. Oh, and the moment you actually lengthen and you lead with your chest is the moment you feel that already in your left buttock. Yeah, so where do you need to go? Pigeon pose, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. Of course, if it's too strong, your option would be this. Oh, still strong enough. Very nice. Why is that left side so tight? Oh, I know. Always the left. Let me see. Beautiful expressions, ladies. Those I can see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then staying present to the experience. Yes, it's uncomfortable, this whole scenario. Good, Linda W. Beautiful. Beautiful. Where is your Ujjayi breath? Yeah, find that anchor point for the mind, the bandhas. So the belly is lifted, gently still. Mula bandha is still active, so pelvic floor is still active. It's not a yin pose here. The drishti, perhaps you have your eyes closed. You can look to your third eye internally. And your soft, soothing Ujjayi breath. And this is how we navigate moment by moment. And we've all learned, especially in these challenging times, if we look ahead, want to see the big picture, we become, well, at least overwhelmed, perhaps. We foster sensations and emotions that aren't useful, aren't helpful, aren't healthy at the moment. So moment by moment, or hour by hour, day by day, as someone said the other day. And really, that's what we can control. So maybe you can deepen the position a little. Maybe you notice yourself veering over to one side. The body is clever. The body is designed to save you from pain, yeah. So if that has accidentally happened, then adjust a little. We want to soften into the sensation. We want to make space in our hip joint, broaden out our sacrum, our lower back. So most of us will get that outer thigh as well. Beautiful. And of course, energetically, and I haven't said that in the previous, on the first side, we work into our first and our second chakra. They have been so important to us. This is all about the first one, the red one, is about safety, a sense of safety and a sense of security, and the color is red. If it resonates with you, you can always take this off the mat and go, okay, I need more red. Then the idea of the second chakra, I know we're still in the pose. The color of orange, the sense of where the hips are, the sense of joy, laughter, that whole idea of creative expression. Beautiful. 3 more exhalations. Oh, we would never hold pigeon on our own that long. Ekapada, Raja, Kapotasana. Make sure you've got that switch on from your pelvic floor, lifting the head, slowly preparing to coming back up. And then we stay. Maybe you stay lower, because if you come higher, that really moves that energy into that hip flexor. Good. Give me a switch on of that buttock, that right buttock, that straight leg buttock switches on. If that engages, then the opposite muscle releases. Yeah, can we stay? Can we stay? Can we puff up the chest? Beautiful. Can we breathe? I know. And if you go, I want to get out, come forward, ease it a little. And then inhale, look up, exhale, tucking the toes under and pushing back into downward facing dog. Brilliant. Walking the dog out. Oh, wow. Well done. Now, I just wanted to see, and I wanted you to see and feel how this feels now if we're going into taking the dog to the bushes. So let's start on the right. 3-legged dog on the right. Bend the knee, bend at the hip, and bring that right knee up to the ceiling. It's a little twist. You can have a little peekaboo through your right armpit area. Yeah. So after that, how does that register? Front of the hip, sacrum. Inhale here and exhale, just releasing. We've done a few classes where we moved into wild thing, not this morning though. 3-legged dog on the left, knee up. So your heel comes to your buttock. Feel, be fully present. A stronger flow sometimes gets us out of the body, sometimes a little. So let's feel into this. Enjoy the twist. Inhale here, exhale, release. Inhale, come onto the tippy toes. Exhale, let the knees come down. Coming into a kneeling position just for a moment. Lifting the knees. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, some of you, I know, could, because you have the space behind you and you have the capacity, coming onto the forearms. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You monitor. Absolutely. Breathing. And then we're lifting the chest and we're letting the head go back. There is so much happening at the tops of the feet energetically. And then we bring the head up again. Now how to come out, one arm, the other arm. If you're already out, that's absolutely fine. Seeing if we could, if the knees are okay, just a few rounds of tree hugger. Inhale, coming up. Just wanted to see how that registers on Linda's side here. Sitting to one side, finding momentum, finding core strength to come up. Exhale over to the other side. Good. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. Just so you know this. But for some of us, there is evenness all the way through, and for some of us, not so. Let me see. Let's do a few more rounds. Core, activation. Beautiful. Softening with the breath. Good. Yeah, good choice there, Linda. Releasing, bringing the legs to one side, and then we're coming to seated. Coming into butterfly position. Yeah, Baddha Konasana. Yeah. Outer edges of the feet pull together, inner edges open. So the thumbs are on the inside and you wrap your fingers around. You can have your feet a little further away. That makes it a little more easeful. Lift and lengthen, inhale, exhale, coming forward. So you know on the inhalation, we lengthen the spine. On the exhale, the knees come out. Now this is beautifully, beautifully space-making, energy-bringing into the lower back. But of course, inner thighs as well. Good, nice, Linda. So we aim, even though we're soft here, we're finding softness. You don't want to strain. And often strain is held here between your jaw and your shoulders. Soften there. That's it. However, we still work strongly. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Yep. And exhale, you bring your knees wide. So you open the soles of the feet like a book. That whole area, maybe it just needs that energy flow. It doesn't need the nose on the floor here like this. That's not the aim. It's the aim to let the energy flow, to find softness. And then inhale, look up, and exhale, release. So if you can't see me when we're lying down, we're going to do this. We're going to go into froggy lifts, yeah? The lifting, and then we shift and shuffle, and then we go further. So let's come to lying down. Butterfly legs again. Whoa. Opening out the soles of the feet. Hands, if you want that shoulder engagement, bring your arms overhead. And then lifting the hips up. Good. Just lifting the hips as if we're going into bridge pose. Soles of the feet open, knees wide, froggy lifts. We've done them in class so many times, but maybe not for a while. Hips broaden. And now notice, without clenching your buttocks too much, can you feel some strength in your lower back and in your sacrum area and in your whole back line? And we breathe. And we're a little reminded of pigeon here. And then inhale, exhale, slowly releasing. Brilliant. Good. Okay. Who's that? Renata. Yeah, you can rest your arms. Let's go up again. And if you know what we're doing, come with me. I'd like you to stay lifted and just shift your hips from left to right. There is not a big movement happening. So just about a centimeter from left to right, but no wiggling. It's like you're trapped between two glass planes and you can just shift from left to right. And I'd just like to know how Linda's doing with this. Yeah. Softly, softly, softly. This is not achieving. This is softening. And then everyone slowly releasing. Let's feel into the lower back when we draw the knees to the chest and we come into Apanasana. Maybe just knees to chest. Exhale, knees to chest. Come back to how that feels. Or forward to the knees. Exhale, lifting up. Oh, now we're rounding that whole area. And inhale, releasing. Few more. Exhale, lifting, belly draws in. And releasing. Oh, nice one. Let's do moving windscreen vipers, and then we do windscreen vipers with the hips lifted. Yep. Arms can come to the side or overhead, so you don't have to hold them. Where is it comfortable? Feet perhaps at least as wide as your mat, and the toes can hang over your mat. And then exhale, let your knees go to one side and turn your head to the other side. Good. And then just bring a little bit of oomph into those knees. Rather than just let them go where they want to, just make sure they just have a little bit of oomph. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the other side. Now, Linda, I'm watching you. This will register for you. So go as far as you need to. Yeah. Yeah, just a bit of oomph. Brilliant. And then let's move dynamically. So inhale center. Exhale to one side. Head turns to opposite side. Inhale center. Good. Now, maybe you simply see this as a massage for your lower back and for your sacrum area, or you really feel this into your front of your hips, or perhaps like Linda into that sort of lower back there. Okay, come back to center. Beautiful. Toe heel your feet in a little, set up for bridge pose. We are going to go into bridge pose first. So feet at least parallel. Exhale, flatten your spine, and then inhale, you can lift up. Coming all the way into bridge pose, shimmy your shoulders under, maybe even stronger. So most of you have come to a few classes this week. So if the strength is there, really, and the understanding, you're really on your shoulders. None of your spine is actually on the floor, if you can do that. Knuckles push down, beautiful. Beautiful. Fists push down, nice calf knuckles towards the heels. Beautiful. And if you can you watch your belly? Just watch your belly rise and fall. Feel your feet grounding down. Maybe that allows you to lift a little more. Beautiful back bend. Just releasing the buttocks a little. For 3, beautiful. Let me see, for 2, for 1, and slowly coming out. Brilliant. You can draw the knees to the chest again. Have a little look. We've done this before. I'd like us to come up into a bridge pose, and then we bring ourselves into those windscreen vipers. So we bring the knees to one side. So you're on the inside edge of one foot and the outside edge of the other. We come back to center, and then we go to the other side. Now this is quite strong front core, side core, and your back. So, so feel into it. Join me when you're ready. You may just be a little hesitant and just go a smidge into the side. And you may then realize, oh, I'm better off just in a still bridge pose. Or you want to come down and just do windscreen vipers. Let me see. Make this choice based on how you feel. Belly strong. We're still working from our center, but we soften. That's it. Good choice, Linda. Yeah. I just wanted to see what's going on. Beautiful. Few more rounds. Nice. And notice where you're lifting the hips though. Good. Nice, Lisa. Good, Marie. There we go. And then slowly releasing. Brilliant. Oh. And the ultimate, for some of us, the ultimate in actually stretching out that lower back is happy baby pose. Yes, if you can, hold the soles of the feet. The alignment here, knees and ankles, is quite useful to have to impact that lower back. And if you do this, it's a different scenario, isn't it? Feel it. If we do this and then pull down, oh, hips back. Where are we going? That's it. Yeah, if it's not appropriate, if you can't hold your feet, you hold your shins. If you can't do that, just hold behind the thighs, but still keep that alignment here. That's different than if we do this. Feel it. Just don't just take my word. For 3, oh, maybe you want to stay all day in happy baby pose. For 2, for 1, just a smidgen more. If you have kind people living with you, just ask them to give you a little bit of weight here. And then releasing. And then bringing the soles of the feet to the floor. Oh, doing well, ladies. We're nearly there. Knees together, heels a little closer to the buttocks. And we go into the mini bridge. So hands to the floor and then lifting, squeezing the knees. Beautiful. I just want that stimulation in the inner thighs here. Yeah. How high? We can't lift as high as in our normal bridge. Squeezing the knees. Oh, and notice that switches on quadriceps. That switches on your hip flexors here, core. So Lisa asked me the other day about core. Or did she? About buttocks, core. Yeah, do this. Beautiful. Stay there. Perhaps lift a little higher up onto the shoulders. Strength, dig into the heels. Can you wiggle your toes? It's always a smidgen more. And then inhale here, exhale, release. Knees to the chest again. How does it work from back bending to forward bending? Agility in the spine is just as important as the final expression. Beautiful. And then what we really, really like is the hands to the side, and then we cycle. Yeah, so one leg up and one knee bend into the chest, and then we cycle. And the aim is here to keep the spine long. Feel your lower back pushed into the floor. You can draw big cycles, and then you can slowly start to work into the belly a little by cycling towards the floor. You don't believe me, don't feel into it. Cycling to up, straight up to the ceiling is most easeful for your belly, and cycling towards the floor, and you can hear, we need to keep the breath soft, is most challenging. And then we cycle backwards. Good, feel this in your core. And if we feel it in our lower back too much, we need to switch on from the belly a little more. Good. Beautiful. And then drawing the knees into the chest, coming to a seated position. We won't do shoulder stand today. We'll do our headstand. Rabbit's ears, let's do rabbit's ears together, could be an option. Or if you know you want to do headstand, you can go ahead. Arms come overhead. You just have a little bit of weight on the top of the head. If you're weary about doing this morning, if you go, maybe not, leave it out. You can do child's pose. You can do any position that you choose to. Otherwise, I'm going to come into tripod headstand with you. So hold your upper arms. That's it. Yeah. Measuring the distance between your shoulders. Bring your hands onto that indentation, and then look first where is the triangle between the head and the hands, and then bring your head down. And just a setup. You don't, if you're worried about your neck, you don't actually have any weight on the head here. It's just a gentle, it's like your hair is touching down, and teaches you to bring the shoulders away from the ears. Teaches you that corkscrew action with the palms of the hands, the finger knuckles, the solidity here. Good, Lisa. It teaches you to bring the elbows in. It teaches you, again, everything that's on the floor pushes down, everything else pushes up. Very nice. You choose where you want to go, and we practice softness. Nice, Marie. Beautiful. Good, Linda. Pausing. That's it. Good, Kath. There we go. That's it. That's it, Renata. You can have a second go, or you just come into, nice there, Helly. Good. Good, Sabrina. Beautiful. Good, Deborah. Helen, Linda, and wonderful. All righty, ho. Anne's doing handstand against the wall. Oh, she's a bit of a rebel here. Fancy stuff. And then slowly releasing. Yeah, I'm missing the taking you to the wall a bit, but I can't assume everyone has got a wall where you practice yoga. I mean, you all have a wall, but maybe not just there. Lovely. Always having the forehead coming back to the hands, to the fists. Okay, have a little look. Let's come with me. Dolphin position. Hold upper arms. We were coming into chanting, and I know some of you have to go. Yeah, forearms parallel, knees underneath the hips. For the question of how can I build strength, how can I actually come a little further, either in your handstand or in your headstand. Now let's dip down, let's dip down, let's dip down, as if the head wants to come down, the shoulders, and then push into forearms, hands, and lift up. So can you see? So it's just a little, this is what it is. So you want to have that lifting up sensation and the head hanging when you're in your headstand, when you're in your handstand, rather than a collapsing, and understanding the hands push down, your wrists push down, your elbows and your forearms, and everything else lifts up. Yeah. And if you, Linda, you can come out. And if you want to, if you go, I need to warm up, it's cold over the weekend, now do that for a while. And slowly releasing. Brilliant, ladies. That was excellent work. Let's come to seated. Any which way you like. And we do a few shoulder wiggles here. So hunching up. When you're ready, just do that while everyone sort of gets settled. Hunching up and dropping the shoulders. Hunching up, dropping. So if you find yourself seated a little more, or you sit for meals, you sit at your desk, this, hunching up, dropping. Yeah. And let them drop. And there's even a bit of a recoil. Yeah. And then let's do that. Let's do that a little faster. Let's bring the arms out and let's come into a twist. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. And then we twist, inhale, exhale to the front again. Oh, I should take a screenshot. Little video. Beautiful. I mean, you can be expressive, but you get the idea. And then we go to the first side again. The head's not moving. I mean, the head's rotating as well, but it's not going forwards and back. Beautiful, beautiful. To the other side. You go, how can I get that energy flowing and then releasing? And feel into it for a moment. Whoa, this warms us up. Yeah, doesn't it? Let's change the seated position. If you sit cross-legged, otherwise, if you kneel, change. Okay. We could do this. Oh, we have to finish. There's always something else we could do, isn't it? Good. Arms out. Let's fly. Let's fly. Let's fly and rotate to one side. While we rotate, we're still lifting from the belly. You can have, or you can make this soft. And then we lift up and down. You can bring the arms into the equation, but the spine stays long. It's a movement of your shoulder blades, the up and down, elevation, depression, and it's a rotation of your torso. This is working very efficiently. Not much time. Well, let's do all the movements in one. Brilliant. And then just notice dropping the shoulders. So if you have people living with you, I think of those mums that with children at home, get them to do this, make it fun, or entice them and go, can you match me? I can make it into a TikTok. They don't want to do what you tell them to do, but you get the idea. Oh. And often, and you go, why does she do this with us? When this is stuck in the shoulders, it plays out in the lower back as well. So coming into your comfortable seat where you can chant an Om. Nice. Hands in prayer in front of the heart. And just feeling into your physical body and feeling the effects of this shoulder work here. Well done, yogis and yoginis. I haven't written down who was here, so if you have to go, maybe you can disappear, but leave the name on so I know. Feel into your intention. What was your intention? Did you feel into softening? I think you did extremely well. Let's chant a nominal closing chant. Let's exhale. Let's take a big inhale. Loka, loka, samasta, samasta, sukhino bhavantu, sukhino bhavantu. Together. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Bowing the head forward, feeling into the energy of wanting to merge our logic, our thinking, with our heart, our body, our feeling. Finding comfort in both. Let's bow all the way forward. Namaste. Namaste and thank you. Thank you for practicing with me in the group. I shall assume that we all take Shavasana together. So perhaps even with eyes closed, lower yourself down into your comfortable position. You've got your props close by. You can bring a bolster underneath your knees, a blanket on top. Nice eye pillow, maybe drawing the curtains, dimming the lights. I come off. I just briefly write down who has joined us. I'll talk you through resting. And even if you need to cut it a little shorter, which I'm not telling you to do that, but don't leave it out altogether. A couple of minutes, complete rest, enjoying that restful position. Yeah, maybe now you have children joining you, your pets joining you. Enjoy that. Embrace it. Embrace the fact that you could perhaps just, you have your own blanket here. You could even get your doona and snuggle up underneath your doona here. I know I do that when I practice next to my bed. Check in. What's having your attention? Where is your attention at the moment? Let it be in your physical body. Feel and give yourself a chance to feel into the energy of your body. Soften your jaw, soften your eyes. Soften your whole body.